talking tonight about probably one of the most powerful decades in popular music history, whether it be from the Motown years to the Beatles to the Rolling Stones to all of the British invasion to the Beach Boys. We're going to break down a lot. We're just going to have a casual conversation tonight of our favorite artists, what our favorite overall artists we love from this time period, whether it be from the Motown stuff or the Beach Boys or British Invasion, the Beatles, whatever. We're gonna be talking about it all tonight. We're gonna be doing the first
It is
decade.
the
We're touching
decade
on.
that
Yeah,
it is the decade that changed everything.
It really is. And
And
you know,
you want
go
to,
ahead.
and you know what? And JT, I, you know what? I think like at the end of the show, we should get the chat board involved in this. Tell us your favorite 60s artist. What do you think?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So if you are watching us live on YouTube as we do this, as you know, we do upload this to podcast form as well the following day. But if you are listening to us and watching us live right now on YouTube, please, please, please jump in the chat board, share your favorite artists from the 1960s, specifically the 60s. That's the only decade we're talking about tonight. Could be the Beatles, could be the Rolling Stones, could be the Beach Boys, whatever. Jump with the chat board. But tonight, Bill, which artist should we talk about first?
You know what? That's a good question. Should we go to Motown or should we go to the British invasion? What do you think?
Why don't we save the British invasion for towards the end? Because I feel like or do you want to start with that? It's up to you.
Here's the thing. It's like, because, we got to talk about a lot of this psychedelic stuff near the end, though, too.
Of course.
We should have better planned this.
We got this, but I believe in us. I'm 100%
okay. You want to start, say, around... You want to start with Motown?
Let's start with the Motown groups. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, when we say the word Motown music, we are specifically talking about Motown, the record label from Detroit, Michigan. This company has, on full disclosure, I have seen some of these artists live recently in the past couple of years, live in concert, because I do love their music quite a bit. I have seen the Temptations and I have seen the Four Tops. These are some Motown records. Was just to give everyone a brief little backstory. Remember, let Bill chime in a second. But Motown was a company, a record company that was mainly I think it was all black artists, if I'm not mistaken. It was only black artists who did doo-wop, who did soul music and did other types of music that was very famous, became very famous pretty quick. A couple of the names are Marvin Gaye. A couple of the names are the Supremes, the Impressions, the Temptations, the Four Tops. There are so many artists in this stream, from this record label. It's insane how their music is really truly timeless from this time period, and they are some of the best records out there. Truthfully, it's insane how just incredible they are. I'm a huge fan of a lot of this stuff, truthfully. I love it. I mean, there's some artists it's funny. It's funny, actually, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to point this out to some of you who are younger than us, well, still young, but just want to point out something out to you guys. So the head of Motown is the head of Motown. Motown doesn't exist anymore. It's a different different owner now, whatnot. But Barry Gordy was he was a musician from the get-go, and he was a very, very famous person in the grand scheme of the music industry. This guy was incredible. He was truly just an incredible, just all around a brilliant musician. It's funny where most record companies had a businessman or a corporate head at the helm of their company. Barry Gordy was in charge of Motown, and he was a musician. He was a music man. He said, I want to have music that changes the world. I want music that can change the world forever. I want music that can forever be, timeless. I want the music to stand of all time. And the production quality on a lot of the songs are incredible. But Barry Gordy was the music man at the helm. So I'm a huge, and in fact, and for those of you who are listening to us on Spotify, if you go to our YouTube channel page, which you should check out our YouTube channel as well, if you're listening to us as well on Spotify podcasts and whatnot, you should definitely check out the links that are below in the description of this video, so you guys can check out what the heck we're talking about here. Basically, long story short, is that in the description of this video, you guys can check out links for interviews talking about Barry Gordy from interview. There's an interview that there's a very famous YouTube channel that I like quite a bit. The YouTube channel I really like it's called Raised on Radio. And I know it's not the Journey album, ladies and gents, but it is just called Raised on Radio. And what it is it's interviews from the BBC over in UK, in England. Shout out to our UK listeners over there. And our European listeners too. We love you. But I will say this. The one thing about Motown in general and Barry Gordy, and this whole interview thing that I'm talking about, is that it's about an hour-long video. But if you really want to get to know like how Motown was back in the day, how the artists that came out of Motown charted, and how they all like kind of functioned and whatnot, if you really want to get to know that, I recommend checking out the link in the description of this video so you guys can check out the Barry Gordy Motown record link. I think it's a great overall interview that they've done. So I'm a big fan of it. I'm a huge fan of how they just everything about the interview stuff is great. I'm really excited to hear that. I've already listened to the whole thing, but if you have a chance to listen to this interview from 2008 on YouTube, check it out. And Bill is here to talk about Motown as well. Bill, okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet is shitty.
You're good, bud. So we were just talking about Motown. We were talking about Barry Gordy, the head of Motown, and where to find the link in the description of this video for some Barry Gordy goodness on YouTube as well.
Oh, so what links have you found?
So I was just giving just to let you know, bud, I was giving a plug for our description of this video. So if people want to come to our YouTube channel instead of just listening to us on Spotify or whatever, in the description of this video, there's an interview speaking about the Motown legend of that was Barry Gordy. I don't know if you know who he is or not.
Now I know who he is. He's the founder of Motown.
There we go. We just said it. Perfect.
He's the founder of Motown.
I was just mentioning to our lovely listeners that he was the reason why, like, he wanted to bring music to the world that could bring life to a lot of people, and I think he did that. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. He absolutely did. He absolutely did bring, because you know what the thing is he wanted to make music that was good, not just for people of color, but also that was appealing to white folks as well.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And that's just how it was.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's how it was. He wanted to make music that was appealing to both white and black folks.
Yeah. And the dude, he's still alive today. He actually just got inducted into the Kennedy Center Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken. Bill, I don't know if you heard about that or not, but he was inducted, I think, last year.
He was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Barry Gordy was inducted into the Kennedy Center. Let me just check really quick. Yeah, he was inducted into the Kennedy Center Honors of 2021. He was inducted then. So they can preserve his arts and his work that he's done. This is from obviously last year, but when COVID was still hitting hard. But he was one of the
Yeah, because
inductees
he's
last
got a
year.
mask on. So
Yeah, for
Yeah,
those of you listening to, you won't be able to see that. But yeah, go ahead.
um,
What were you gonna say?
yeah, but no, Barry Gordy just really revolutionized music. He really did.
I completely agree.
Did you talk about any of the groups yet, or no?
No, I wanted to start off by saying what Motown was, and then we'll get into some of the groups. I mentioned that I saw a few of them though.
Yeah, so yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, is he? Oh my God, is he getting to the groups without me? Is he still? Is he? Is he? Hopefully, maybe he's still in the audience.
Don't worry. For those of you who don't know, Bill was. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna tell you. Anyways,
No, I had to. Yeah, my internet sucks, so I had to move. So that's why we have this lovely change of scenery.
there we go.